All right, another day's in the books, guys, and we have a lot to talk about. Stocks ended up having a very good, well, maybe not a very good day. I would say a very good recovery day because in the morning we were down a good chunk, and well, every index ended up going green. A bunch of stocks ripped today, guys, which we're going to cover a lot of stocks in this video and go over what to expect tomorrow from the inflation reading. Yes, we have an inflation reading. CPI for December is coming out tomorrow. So yeah, jam-packed video. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join the Patreon for my Patreon portfolio updates, private Discord. All of that is linked down below, pinned in the comments as well. And now, cheers, guys. You know me, I got that espresso. This is not a double, it's a single. Cheers. Let's get into it and go over what happened. So we had a green day. Like I said, S&P ended up going up 0.16%, which really isn't a lot. But like I said, we had a beautiful recovery day. This morning, we were down in the pre-market under 689 on SPY, and we rebounded all day about 1% from the bottom to the top. So we're looking good, I would say. Right now, we're pretty much right back to all-time highs. The cup and handle looks like it's about to play out. You're seeing it right here. We called this out this morning. It looks like it got even better since then. We're starting to break through. So I think 700's coming. QQQ ended up going up only 0.1%, but we took out the highs from last week, which is very critical. This also looks like a cup and handle breakout about to play out. You're seeing it. And on the 1 hour chart, you're noticing, okay, we're now actually trading at multi-week highs. Not yet all-time highs, but we're getting there, guys. If 630 breaks, I think we're going all-time highs pretty quickly at that on QQQ from that point. And the Dow Jones, let's see, we're almost at 50K, which would be, it's going to hit most likely this week. Not guaranteed, obviously. It would have been nice if we hit it today, but we got to be patient, right? Either way, we hit all-time highs on the Dow. We hit 49,633 today, guys. Unbelievable. And the Russell, the small cap index, actually did the best, 0.44% in the green, closed at an all-time high or near all-time highs at 2636. So phenomenal day, great bounce back day. The VIX, funny enough, went up 4% on the day as well. Gold went up over 2%. So the metals are continuing the run. Gold just hit all-time highs at over 4,600 an ounce. Think about that. We can see here silver also did. It hit all-time highs, 86 an ounce. Insane, man. So we are going nuts across the board, and it looks like here gold and silver, they're running up before that CPI reading tomorrow. Let me show you what we're looking at here. Bear with me, guys. So we're getting, obviously, core CPI, the headline number, and this has been something that the market always pays attention to, especially in recent times. And at this point, we're expecting core CPI, which excludes food and energy, on the monthly number. This is projected at 0.3%, which it's projected to go up from last month. Last month, it looks like we were at 0.2%. So that's expected to go up. Anything, obviously, under 0.3 would be a shock to the market, I would say. So if it came in at 0.2%, that would be good. Maybe an upside surprise from that point. We'll see. Or maybe the market runs on that. I don't know, guys. CPI month over month. The headline numbers projected at 0.3% as well. It was 0.3 last time. And the yearly numbers 2.7% versus 2.7 last month. So, yeah, I think, okay, we're going to come in at 0.3%. Sure, if it beats or if it comes in better, yeah, the market might like that, but I don't expect anything crazy either direction for this reading, guys. And it's going to be interesting to see how CPI does these next couple of months before Powell ends up, leaving the Fed chairman position. As we all know, President Trump is getting a new Federal Reserve chairman pretty soon here, And, I think Powell's done a pretty good job, I would argue. I know he gets a lot of hate. He's under investigation now. We're not going to get into that, but I think he's done a pretty good job. If you look at where inflation was a couple of years ago, man, I think the CPI got as high as what, 10%, 9.8, if I remember correctly. I forget exactly where it got, but now it's back to 2.7. We're getting close, and we've been getting close to that 2% target. You can't really knock Jerome Powell. And I got to give credit where credit's due. I've been on record for years saying that I think Powell has done a great job, and he's supposed to be independent from the president, and I think he's done a good job. Sure, he could have done better here or there. We could always nitpick, but overall, he's done his job, I would say. So that's what you guys got to expect for tomorrow. CPI, that's coming out in the morning, by the way, 8:30 a.m. East Coast time. So we had a great green day today. Like we mentioned in my video earlier, the Chinese stocks crushed it today. XNet being the one that I'm in right now. This had a 9% green day, and I think we're going higher if I got to be 100% honest, which, why wouldn't I be? I'm in the stock, right? This thing is going higher, in my opinion. 10, 11, $12. And if the options market didn't suck for this stock, I'd be buying calls, but it's not looking pretty, guys. The spread's too wide, thin volume, not looking too good there. But I'm in shares right now, and I like the way it's shaping up. I like the way it's shaping up here. It's 9% up. So we can see other names, Alibaba, which we covered earlier, JD, Tencent, a lot of those names did well in the Chinese space. And when it comes to big tech, guys, big tech is still rocking and rolling heading into earnings. Look at Google, Alphabet, like we called out, like we predicted. Alphabet is breaking out of this wedge, and we said this a couple of videos ago, I believe, that QQQ is going to follow suit because Alphabet started breaking out a couple of days ago before QQQ started to break out. Now, like we said, it's starting to follow suit. Not fully yet, but I think QQQ is going to rip through 630, and at that point, man, Google's going to be going all-time highs probably. So I'm long Alphabet. Earnings are coming up, I think, on the 4th of February, so I love the way that's shaping up. It looks like momentum's really starting to pick up here, and on Amazon as well, which I'm not surprised. Amazon is now trading at multi-week highs. It's one of the best Mag 7 performing stocks, if not the best so far year to date. So Amazon's making a nice move. We can see Nvidia, if I pull this up, we haven't covered Nvidia in a couple days. It broke even today, and I'm noticing here inverse head and shoulders. Look at this, guys. Inverse head and shoulders, clear as day on Nvidia. Look at that. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And I think it's not going to be in the mid 180s for long. I think, we could chop around a little bit more, but ultimately I see this going north of 190 again, towards $200 very soon here. So I like the way Nvidia is shaping up. We covered Oracle, I believe, in my earlier video. Oracle, beautiful inverse head and shoulders as well. This is starting to break through the moving averages for the first time in months. It had a 3% green day, so I think momentum will only get better here for Oracle as well. And of course, it's not 100% guaranteed. We don't know what's going to happen, guys. This is just my opinion. Do your own research, but I love the way things are shaping up. The only one that I'm like, come on, man, Meta has not been looking good here. I think I'm up or maybe slightly actually might be at break even right now as it's drifting down a little bit. So Meta, it looks like, might not do anything until earnings, which I'm cool with. We have earnings coming up on the 28th of this month. So in about 2 weeks, we have Meta's earnings. I think we might chop around until then. It's not looking like this stock wants to break out or really pick any direction. So that leads me to believe, all right, we're going to have to wait till earnings, wait for an actual catalyst here. So Meta's been a little bit, I guess flat for me over the last month or two. But I think that will change pretty soon here. So I'm in Meta, I'm in Amazon, I'm in, Alphabet, Nvidia. Those are the main, I guess, big tech names that I'm in right now. I got a lot of questions on Apple. Stas, are you buying Apple? Blah blah blah. I'm not actually. I used to own Apple about a decade ago, made money on it, I guess, in the earlier days. Obviously, those weren't the earlier days, but earlier on in my investing career, I owned Apple. I got out of it, and I just haven't been a fan of it the last couple of years. It's a great company. I mean, look, I'm an Apple consumer. I have the new iPhone. I have the freaking $4,000 laptop that I'm on right now. So, yes, I love Apple. Big fan. But that doesn't mean you buy the stock. And I just don't think their innovation is there. I think they're not really cheaply valued here, even after this dip. It always trades at a premium for the growth and the innovation, the lack of innovation, man. I think ever since, really, if you want me to really be honest, man, ever since Steve Jobs, the innovation's been lacking. Sure, they've ramped up a bunch of, the wearables. Okay, you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, yes, wearables are great. All that's awesome and all. But in terms of what is the next big thing, I just don't. I mean, I'm sure Apple's gonna come up with something, but we haven't really seen it yet. It could have been the Vision Pros. Those ended up flopping. I tried them once at the store. They were awesome, but they didn't really have a use case for a lot of people, and they were $4,000, right? So it's like, come on, man. And I don't know. A lot of the stuff they have is great products, but what's the next big thing? I don't know. And are they going to be the ones, the company that dominates? Or is it going to be Meta with their, wearable glasses? I think Meta right now could be a good player or a good candidate to really dominate the wearable, glasses space, which we're not going to dive deep into that in this video. But I don't know. I just think Apple needs to find the next big thing. What is it for them? We just don't know yet. That's the reality. So, yeah, I do like the company. Sure, I'll trade it. I think it arguably will bounce back here where we are, into earnings maybe. But it's like, yeah, I'm not looking to buy the stock here. Let's see what else did well today. Looks like Toast is starting to bounce back a little bit. This is another one of my stocks that hasn't done much. I'm not down on it really. It's just been flat. I'm waiting for that move to be made. I think it's coming. We're noticing a little bullish divergence here. It's been consolidating for a good, pretty much quarter at this point. The stock price has been consolidating. We just have to wait for the breakout. And I was writing in my Patreon this morning. I think if we take 40 out on Toast, I think it's going to rip. We just have to be patient. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And oh, by the way, I'm looking to add more Mercado Libre. Almost forgot to mention, which it started off the year hot, as you guys know, and it's kind of consolidated, which is exactly what I wanted to see. Over the last week or so, it actually is pulling back even a little bit. So great consolidation. This is what I want to see before buying more. So I'm looking to add more Mercado. Didn't buy not Nvidia. What's it called? Netflix. I didn't add Netflix shares yet. I'm in the calls, as you guys probably remember, but I'm about to buy shares on Netflix, and part of me is like, I have a bunch of shares in Circle Internet Group. Part of me is like, all right, let me take a little profit here. The stock hasn't done much. It's been flat, and at this point, I'm like, I kind of like Netflix more than Circle Internet Group. And when I bought Circle, at the time, Netflix was still higher, right? Higher up in price. So I'm like, all right, let me see if I move some money around here, maybe take some profits on Circle, throw it in Netflix, right? Build that out, or maybe add more Mercado Libre with that money. That's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. But yeah, once I sell Circle, that's when it's gonna rip to $100. You wait and see. So that's why I'm like, maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I should hold on to Circle. Yeah, I'm up a little bit, but it's like, all right, maybe I should let it play out. We'll see. Decisions, guys. Decisions. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to wrap it up here. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Join the Patreon if you want to see me build out my Patreon portfolio. We're investing $1,000 a week right now, guys, and there's a private Discord. Everything is on Patreon. Full transparency, full screenshots on the portfolio updates, all the buys, sells, everything you guys see on Patreon. And it's what, $10 a month, $20 a month, depending on the tier you pick. It's a no-brainer. So I'll see you all in there. Cheers to everybody that's been signing up. I appreciate you all. I'll see you in there. Have a great rest of your day.